Hello, it is that time of the week, the Premier League punters. It is Thursday, the 19th of September, and we are back again taking a look at week 6, running through all 10 matches and giving you guys a pick. Some games we will pass, but sometimes they say that is the best play. And then also giving a two-team parlay and a banker as well, if we have it. But introducing my co-host here, Flash, how's everything been going this week?
It's been good. It's nice to have the Queen back. Have you left your crown on your desk, have you?
Well, I have to say, I checked out as well the UFC video. It's doing very, also 1,500 views. UFC boys, Jay Paglia and Dave Betts.
They know their stuff.
Coming in,
They know their stuff, as do all the odds market correspondents. We've got the tennis boys that are smashing it, golf doing well, football okay, considering it's early days in La Liga, Bundesliga, Serie A and Premier League.
Yeah, and it was, you have to say, we did say, didn't we, coming off an international break.
Yeah.
Boy, was there some upsets.
Yeah, I mean, we can't get a handle on it, but we're still in that sort of first 3-4 weeks of the season. Then we have the international break. So now, I think we should start settling down now. We should start seeing the squads, start having a bit of a routine, seeing patterns of play, and being able to pick our spots pretty much as we normally do.
Yeah, it's just the business side of things, Flash.
Yes.
It's just where we get serious.
Yes, and we have to do homework.
Yes, well, listen, let's bring in our big gun. Mr. Martin Green, green by name, green by nature. This guy, Prince Cash. How's it going, Martin?
Oh, it's going great, Natalie. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. That makes me feel very important. But I'm doing good. Arsenal winning 1-0, so they'll probably blow that lead soon. But at the moment, they're winning, which is good to see, and all is well in the world.
Yeah, you stayed off the Arsenal game, didn't you, last week? I thought you went off, and then it was Flash that decided to take Arsenal minus 1.
Yeah, minus 1.5. And I was cruising at half time until some Jonah started walking around the house saying, "Don't count your chickens." And I'm like, I can't believe you've said that.
I did.
And I kept saying to her, "Oh my God, Watford are going to score. Arsenal are trying to oh my God, they've done it."
So you're blaming basically the Arsenal draw on me.
Well, it's always someone else's fault.
I wish that were the case. So I'm just going to keep saying it like the whole time.
It's always someone else's fault.
I've got this huge power over.
And I'd just like
to
say,
if
the authorities are watching, Martin Green does not print cash. You don't want to knock on the door, you know. We understand you're printing green.
Yeah,
it's all very clean and above board here.
Lovely.
I'm sure it is, Martin. All right. Oh, didn't you want to give a shout out?
Oh, I did, yeah. We've got, obviously, to Beeve and Lai. Obviously, send my love from Costa Rica to you. And we've got some people in Burma watching. And a nice hello to Miglai.
Yeah. And how where are they watching in Burma? Because somebody messaged you and said that there's like a group of them that watches in Burma.
It's actually in the villages. So I
in
guess,
the villages in Burma.
So yeah,
Premier League punters, they love it because they get their bit of information and then they go make a few.
And they wasn't happy with Flash last week.
Oh no!
But Flash wasn't happy last week, so let's go. Let's start again.
You can't win. You can't win them all, as they say.
No, but just
once
now and again, it'd be nice.
You can try, but you said you've got a different tactic this week to make up.
I have.
For next week.
I have.
Is it?
As soon as they roll on Monday.
All right. Okay, let us start off. Premier League punters, week 6. Let us commence. Oh wait, hang on a sec. We need the record.
Yeah, well, we don't need it, but we're going to see it anyway.
All right, Rafa. Over to you, bring up the record. How are we doing this season? We started off again last season, obviously kept our results. We started off afresh this season. So far, 7.1 units of profit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take that
Not
after
bad.
5 weeks as a team.
Not bad.
As a team, some players are doing better than others.
We'll see that in a second.
Oh, will we?
Yeah.
This is where we need one of your hitches here, Rafa.
Here we go. Martin Green as the 7 units of profit, minus 3.5. How can we be 7 units of profit if then...
because myself and Dave wiped each other out.
All right.
I take Dave's profit away.
All right. Flash. Well, listen...
But the average price of mine at 2.64, I hope that I'll continue that, because if I do, we're going to be in healthy profit by the end of the season.
Yeah. And for those joining for the first...
It's harder at the start of the season, isn't it? The opening weeks are always difficult. You're not really getting into the flow. You're not really knowing how good teams are home and away and stuff. So now is the time when we start our upward march, I think.
I fancy that was like a little mini team talk from Martin to me, going,
Yeah.
listen, don't worry about it, young.
But pick up the pace.
Yeah, come on.
Pick up the pace.
Look what I'm doing, and you'll be fine.
Well, listen, up in 7 units of profit. Running with the big boys now, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, we are. And Dave there, he provides written content for us on Odds Market. So he does a lower leagues preview article and also gives some Premier League bets as well. So those are counted. We count both video and article bets. So that's what that is. Okay, let us start. Premier League punters, week 6, Southampton versus Bournemouth. Saints there at 2.05. Saints obviously narrowly beated the red-carded Sheffield United 1-0. Bournemouth walking away with that incredible 3-1 win against Everton. I'd have to say the value is on Bournemouth. Now, you said you've got a different tactic here.
No, well, not in this game. I mean, I've actually wrote an article on this, and it'll be out on Odds Market either this evening or first thing tomorrow morning. You've got Southampton, who have now changed their tact a little bit. 3 out of the last 4 games, they've kept clean sheets. Their last 2 home visitors have been Man United and Liverpool, and they only went down to Liverpool 2-1. They've kept clean sheets away at Brighton, Fulham and Sheffield United. They seem to have a bit of steeliness in front of the back 4. Now, when you match these 2 sides up, a blind man would say both teams to score and over 2.5 goals. And I agree with that, but I also think that Southampton at 2.05 on a Friday night on the telly, South Coast derby, even though it's not the South Coast derby, I've come out on top with Southampton thinking they've got that little bit more skill, that little bit more patience, because the one thing about Bournemouth is they don't control games, they just go end to end. And I think that Southampton will control the game, and I think Southampton at 2.05 is a bet.
George, 31 UK, says Bournemouth do have injuries. Martin, are you on the Saints win at home?
I'm not sure about this one. I've backed both teams to score in every Bournemouth game so far this season, and it's paid off every time. So they've been my favourite team so far in the 2019-20 campaign. But I'm just a little bit nervous with Southampton's recent defensive record that Flash just mentioned there. Clean sheet away at Sheffield United, clean sheet at Brighton. That's very strong defensive form. I'd be leaning towards Southampton to win it. I think they do look the better team and they're at home. But I'm going to pass on this one. South Coast derby, tensions could be running high on the telly, could be a bit unpredictable, so I'm going to back away.
On telly, yes, all right. Leans do not count for the record. Just to let you know, it has to be a play. We are also going to run down all of our plays right at the end of the programme. Okay, next one. Leicester City versus Tottenham. Leicester at 3.1 there and Tottenham at 2.5. Tottenham very good at home. They're still looking for their first away win. Leicester at home there, 3.1. I have to say, again, value in that one. Do you think there's any value in the Leicester win here, or can Tottenham get their first road win?
I'm going to go for probably Tottenham to get their first road win. They had a bit of a difficult start to the season, performing pretty sluggishly. But then they had a team meeting before their last game. Mauricio Pochettino got everyone together, galvanised the troops. They came out, they beat Crystal Palace 4-0. It was a great performance.
Yes.
And Harry Kane wasn't on the score sheet, so I think he's going to want to rectify that. Obviously, they didn't do as well as expected in midweek against Olympiacos. They did a bit of an Arsenal, blew a 2-goal lead. But that's a difficult place to go. There's a real cauldron of animosity inside that stadium. I think they have a bit of a gentler ride in the Midlands, in the East Midlands. So I think Tottenham can get a result there. I was going to just go for Tottenham to win, but I've seen that you can get 1.8 on Spurs draw no bet. I like the look of that, so I'm going to go for that for protection.
Yeah, I tell you what, the chat is lighting up with the both teams to score bet. I have on my notes both teams to score. I think it's the play here.
With a little twist, I've gone both teams to score, no draw at 2.5. I think to myself that, yes, I think both teams will score. I think one of the teams will get a winner. If you put a gun to my head, I would go both teams to score and Tottenham. just because I think that the counter-attacking pace. Everything points towards Tottenham and both teams to score, but I'm just going to go with both teams to score, no draw, 2.5.
Did you do that on Bet365 Bet Builder?
No.
How do people get that bet?
Can go to Ball Sports, and it's just be on one of the 47 selected markets behind the game.
Both teams to score and no draw. Nice, very nice. Okay, is that one of the bets you were saying that Martin would never think of or something?
Yes.
Was that the ones
Yeah,
like I bet you don't have
oh,
this
yeah,
one.
Yeah, there's one that he's definitely not going to go for, but so that's one of them though. You don't normally see us go with.
Aston Villa to win. Is that the second?
No.
He's not going to give it that.
Ever.
Burnley versus Norwich now, 2.05 for Burnley. Norwich come in 3.8. Obviously, Norwich are going to be glowing after that 3-2 win, hosting Man City. Can Norwich get a result at Turf Moor, Martin?
Perhaps, yeah. I'd be a bit worried if I was a Norwich fan. I know they did beat Man City 3-2, so that's the highlight of their season. That's the highlight of their decade. They're going to be riding the crest of a wave. It's great, but I'm a bit nervous that they haven't kept a clean sheet so far all season. That includes a trip to Crawley. They lost 1-0 there. So I'd be a bit wary of that. Also, they haven't kept a clean sheet since the opening day of the season when they surprisingly beat Southampton 3-0, been leaking goals since then. So it's not great odds, but I think at 1.63, I'm just going to go for both teams to score in this one. Burnley have a lot of 1-1 draws. Can see maybe this finishing 1-1, maybe 2-1 to a team. But yeah, both teams to score for me, staying away from the outright markets.
All right, well, higher than number one's banker, so you're doing all right. Mano Fire says staying away from that one, but Varno says both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals there for that match. What do you have?
Well, I'll probably go against absolutely every word that gentleman said, because I think after the Lord Mayor's show, I think if there's one team you wouldn't want to come up against, it'd be Burnley away, because all their success last week was from the high press. There'll be no high press against Burnley. Burnley get it out their feet and they get it into your area of the pitch. They get it into that final third. I mean, I wrote down Burnley at 2.05 to win the game, and then I thought, no, put a line through it, pass, move on.
All right.
That's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yeah, Mano Fire does say pass, but then says Puggy to score.
Well, I'd say both teams to score. No, I really do. I think this will be everything that Norwich wouldn't want. And remember, people have got short memories. They went to the City of London Stadium, got beat 2-0 by West Ham, and didn't lay a glove on them for 90 minutes. I'd rather go to the City of London Stadium and play West Ham than I would go Burnley away.
Burnley at home.
Yeah, but Norwich have got Burnley away.
Oh. Everton, Sheffield United now. Everton 1.66. I have to say, Everton at home, undefeated in their 2 games at home. It's 1.66. It is low. Should we take them on the outrights, or is that an ACCA filler, would you say?
No, I think Everton's now getting into this category of can you trust them? They look like complete homers. They went last week to Bournemouth, got beat 3-1 away, and I heard that the midfield was non-existent. They weren't cohesion. They weren't anywhere near each other. But in front of a home crowd, they might want to put it on. 1.66. This is too short against a side who have got spirit in abundance. Remember, 2-2 at their last away game. Score after being 2-0 down at Chelsea. So I couldn't go anywhere near this game. Line through that one as well.
You got any plays this week?
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
I've got some mad plays.
A few lines.
I've got some mad plays.
to make up for the ones. All right. 1.66. I have to say, I am liking the Everton win. I do think it's low. Martin, were you able to get some value on this one? Are you playing, are you passing?
Yeah, I put Everton in an ACCA 2 days ago. It was 1.7. I thought that was a decent price for an accumulator. But yeah, I'm going to go for Everton to win and over 1.5 goals, odds of 2.1. I think that looks like an attractive bet. Everton poor on the road, but 2 wins out of 2 at Goodison Park so far this season. We know that Sheffield United are a spirited side. Manager is a tactical magician. But I think Everton's superior quality in pretty much every department, and that could show on Merseyside this weekend. So, yeah, I think Everton over 1.5 goals looks realistic. 2.1 looks like a good price to me.
Tommy O'Meara says they are homers. Everton always win at home but perform terribly away. He's liking Everton minus 1.5.
Brave that against Sheffield United. Sheffield United will be so ready for this team, and I can see the potential of another sending off in this game. I wouldn't put anyone off having a few shekels on red card.
Yeah. Ooh.
And bookings.
Ooh, red card and bookings. Longbow's just joined the chat. Hello, Longbow. Okay. Moving on, Man City versus Watford now. Man City 1.13. They will be keen to bounce back from their defeat, and unfortunately, it will be Watford in the firing line. I am predicting a clean and clear win, and I'm wondering whether we should bring back your Man City and the over 3.5 goals. Should we?
Yes.
Yes. All right. This week, because you said don't play it last week, didn't you?
I had a funny feeling,
you warned
didn't
us.
Even though
but now you're back on it.
Yeah, I mean, how did I not go anywhere near the Norwich Man City? Listen, don't get me wrong. I got everything wrong last week, apart from both teams to score an over in Wolves-Chelsea. But I just had a feeling that there was something not right in the Man City. I didn't think they were going to get beat at any stage. In fact, I would have gone to nil, but there was no value. But yeah, Man City to win and over 3.5 at 1.8.
Yeah.
Lock it.
Actually, that reminds me. Has anybody looked at the current futures outrights for for Liverpool to win? Because they were 3.75 last weekend, and I wonder because of that loss.
Oh yeah, they'll probably be even
whether
money,
they've
wouldn't
got
they? They'll probably be even money, maybe a touch of odds on. But again, they were 10 points behind last year and got the job done. It's way too early. We know it's a tools race.
Just out of curiosity, I want to see what it did. Do you know what?
5.
How much?
2.5.
Oh, there we go. Yes, it came down.
Yeah, but to be fair, we did actually say that if now is the time to actually bet Liverpool because they're not going to get any bigger.
Right, Martin. Yeah, I asked Martin. He said, yeah. If you actually remember, you actually were like, no, I'm still on Man City. No. And then Martin was like, actually, I have just placed that bet.
Did you, Martin?
Didn't you say that?
Oh, you're on Liverpool.
It's all on camera, so we can go back.
We will. Well, that's all right. The editors are my friends. I'll get them to like voice over or something.
I'm trying to hedge my bets and get enough action on both Man City and Liverpool, so that regardless of the outcome, I win.
Yeah,
you can do that if you change when the odds are changing in the early stages of the season.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got 3.7, didn't you?
10.5.
Did you get 3.75?
Yeah.
So now you just lay them at 2.6. You're in.
Well, I've already got Man City covered as well, and I'm sure that one of them's going to win. So I'm covered.
Yeah. For sure. You little sharpie, better you people.
Exactly.
Okay, all right. Hang on a second. So you're going Man City in the over 3.5 goals. Yeah. I digress. Martin, what are you going for?
I'm staying away from this one, I'm afraid. I understand why you would be going for it. I'm a bit nervous about Watford. Obviously, their 2-goal comeback against Arsenal. New manager syndrome. They've been a bit galvanised. I think Man City will win. I'm just not sure how they'll win. It could be 4-1. Could be 3-0. I'm not sure. Could be 2-0. I'm just. I think they'll win, but there's not enough value there for me. So I'm gonna stay away from it. A bit nervous about Watford right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you jumped on that Man City in the over 3.5 train and you got bolted off. So I understand if you want to take a week before you.
Man City. Huh? I did have Man City over 2.5 goals against Shakhtar Donetsk yesterday, and that paid off. So I'm pleased with that. I'm going to stick with that and leave him alone this weekend. Get back on it next weekend, maybe.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just saw Tommy O'Meara as well saying Liverpool's at 2.5 to win the Premier League and Man City now 1.66. They were 1.4. So it's actually great if you do like Man City to win, get those odds a little bit higher. If you see some other games where you think that they'll lose, not that many people predicted Norwich to win, but 1.66 could be the time to get on the Man City win as well. Man City minus 2.5 says it's like Tommy and Longbow. Man City half-time, full-time. And over 2.5 goals. Look at that. Paul Blakesy joins the chat. Hello. Okay. Newcastle versus Brighton. This is a little tough one, I think. Could there be a lack of goals on the cards, Martin? Do you think unders is a good way to go?
Yeah, I would have thought unders is a good way to go in this. 2 defensive-minded teams, not a great deal of quality going forwards for either of them. I just looked at this one and put a red line straight through it. Brighton won here last season, so they'll probably think that they've got a chance. But I think, this is the sort of game that Steve Bruce will have looked at and said to his players, we really need to get a result from this one. Brighton at home. This could be an early relegation 6-pointer. Could really go either way. If I was leaning anyway, I'd do exactly what you said. I'd go unders. But definite pass from me on this one.
Yeah, well, Ankit says both of them suck, but James Lyne says Newcastle is my banker. So we've got Martin passing, we've got a banker here. Where do you sit?
Well, I was Newcastle all the way, and the longer I looked at it and the further I delved into it, I've put a line through it because I can't trust Newcastle. Newcastle played against a Watford side, hardly had a shot on goal, and that's for a home team on the back of going to Tottenham and winning 1-0. So then I've put that Tottenham performance down as a bit of a blip on their normal mediocrity because they've just been absolutely dog awful. So I'm going to put a line through it and not trust either. I remember Brighton went to Watford, first game of the season, scored. This is the type of game where Brighton are probably thinking to themselves, they can get a result as well. When you've got two sides who think they can both win, you're in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble. Well, look, a few people here are Manafai passing as well. Tommy Mir, though, draw and the under 2.5 goals, I think. But Ankit, yes, all passing. Yes, it is a team bankroll pass.
Yeah, that's
we
good.
need to bring up our team bankroll. Flash was wearing the shirt the other day at home. Wasn't it? Team bankroll shirt.
While I was doing the washing up.
Why don't we
or cooking, or
next
mopping
week
the
we
floor.
should bring in next week team bankroll t-shirt day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What day?
Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Thursday.
Lovely.
I'm away
We'll
next
bring it
week, but
back.
I cut my holiday short to come back.
Holiday.
So that
What's
we can vacay. So I'll be back from Premier League Punters on Thursday. Wouldn't miss it for the world. All right, so yes, it is an official pass. Crystal Palace versus Wolves, very close on the outright. Now, I do remember you saying if you can't cut it, because Crystal Palace are 2.87, Wolves are 2.75. If you cannot cut it, what do? You
go for the draw or you pass. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those.
You didn't have the pass bar. You always say the draw.
But now I'm thinking, at the moment, the way that things are, Palace go to Man United and win 1-0. Then they win 1-0, luckily, at home to Villa, which they should have put away. They then go to Spurs last week. They're 3-0 down in 20 minutes, and they did not raise a gallop. Wolves, playing in Europe tonight, have been absolutely awful, letting goals in right, left and centre. And the one thing about Wolves last year was that they controlled games. They're not controlling anything. This game, pass, line through. Another one.
How many?
Oh, yeah.
We must put a little cap on these passes if you're doing.
Yeah,
everyone tunes in each week.
Oh, yeah.
To hear some bets.
Watch for some absolute classics coming out now.
I think you've got two teams that will be looking to score here. I think they need the points. I think goals could be on the cards on this one. Martin, what do you think? Goals on the cards?
I've got two plays left and two passes, and this one is a big fat pass. How can you bet on Crystal Palace right now? Beat Man United 1-0 at Old Trafford, lost 4-0 away at Tottenham. They had 2 clean sheets, then they got thrashed. You just never really know what Crystal Palace team's going to turn up. Wolves, it's a massive price on a Wolves win, but they haven't won a single game all season, and it looks like playing in the Europa League is really hurting them. Small squad, happened to Burnley last season. They finished 7th, and they were in a relegation battle for half the season. Wolves are better than that. I think they will climb the table eventually, but against an unpredictable side like Crystal Palace on the road, it's just so many red flags here that I think just stay well away from it.
Yeah, again, you do not stand alone. Tommy Mirror, pass. Manifauer, when in doubt, pass. William Pono joins. Hello. Haven't seen your name for a little while. Good to see you there. Ankit says, Wolves playing tonight is a big factor. Absolutely. A tired Wolves will not win this one, says Mavanu. All right, so another pass from the team. Where are we? West Ham versus Manchester United. Now, Manchester United, they should get the job done, 2.15, but they are in a team that you cannot trust them. Manchester United.
No chance. I'm going absolutely nowhere near Man United. Man United go to Southampton, draw 1-1, lose at home to Palace, win 1-0 against Leicester. So I've gone under 2.5 goals total at 2.25.
2.25, very nice price.
Thank you very much.
Very nice price. Good
Thank you.
find. Martin.
Pass. Man United, way too inconsistent. West Ham got thrashed by Man City on the opening day of the season. Since then, they've been unbeaten. Very, very strong results. But, Man United, if they can beat Leicester, they can beat West Ham. But who knows? I think way too early for me to be betting on Man United. Pass.
Pass. All right. Dono7 on the Wolves game says Wolves will win tonight, but not at the weekend. Manify says draw. Man United is rubbish and average at best. I'm afraid I agree with you at this moment in time. Double chance West Ham all day, says Paul Blakesley. I will be there, he said. Cheer on Manchester United, please, whilst you're there. All right, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. And actually, Martin, that means you're playing the two because you said you had 2 passes and 2 plays. So we end. Do you have 2 plays for the next 2 games?
I've got 3 plays.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I got 3 plays.
When it rains,
three
it
plays over 2 games.
pours. When it rains,
3
it
officials.
All right. Mano Fire kindly asks, who will score the goals for Manchester United?
We look like fortune tellers. Do you know what I mean? Get a crystal ball out. God knows who's going to. Who do we know who's going to play?
We're predicting. We play anytime goal scorer. That's exactly
I know,
what we're doing.
But with Manchester United,
they didn't ask you what she's going to have for dinner, did we?
There's probably more chance of us getting it right at the minute. Man United's selection process is like they chuck the balls into a bingo machine and they pop out and then they play. They've got no team rota at the moment. It's like who knows who's going to play.
Who knows? Who knows? Okay, Arsenal versus Aston Villa. Arsenal 1.45. I have to say both teams to score bet is generally the play where you hear Arsenal. Can you trust Aston Villa to score, though, Martin?
I can trust Arsenal to concede. Yeah. What were they doing against Watford? 2-0 up and cruising. They just kept playing that ridiculous short goal kick routine. Gifted Watford 2 glorious chances. They missed them both. And then instead of learning their lesson, they did it a 3rd time. Cleverly just banged it in, 2-1. Suddenly the crowd was ready, all behind them. And in the end, Arsenal holding on, lucky to get a point. I think they had 23 shots on goal against a Watford team that were bottom of the league and playing awful. So, you've got to think they'll contrive a way to concede against Aston Villa, even though Aston Villa have drawn a blank a few times so far this season. And I think it was Bernd Leno came out after the game and said Arsenal aren't going to stop trying to play out from the back. We're going to keep on with this philosophy. Worrying, really. They don't have the players for it. And Granit Xhaka's a hothead. Defence looking terrible. I think Arsenal will continue conceding goals throughout the season. But I think they'll get a few in this one. They're playing away as we speak. So they might be a little bit tired. They're winning. They're beating Eintracht Frankfurt. But I think at home they're a lot better than they are away. They've rested quite a few players as well. He's got a lot of the kids playing out there tonight, so he'll get in the big guns again, like Mesut Ozil will be back. I think they can win this one with a few goals. So Mesut Ozil does set up goals against poor teams like Aston Villa. So I'm going half my stake on Arsenal and over 2.5 goals, 1.83. Half on Alex Classic, 1.91. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
Yeah. What's just the price for both teams to score?
I think it's going to be relatively low. Let me just check.
You
can get 1.65 at Betway.
Yeah, I was going to say, we have William Apono here says, I believe more that the earth is flat, instead to believe that Arsenal will win this game.
Wow.
Well, you never know. What do you think? Are you going to take Aston Villa at 8?
I'm going with Arsenal to win to 0 at 2.75, and the reason is there'll be a high line. I think that most of the game, maybe 75% of it, will be played in the Aston Villa half. I think Arsenal will learn a little bit of their lesson last week. I think there'll be different personnel in the team. I don't think it'll be the same. I don't think there's anywhere near momentum on Villa's side that there was at Watford. Watford are at home. Remember, they absolutely tore Watford to shreds, 2-0 up and cruising. all week I've been thinking, how am I going to play this? Because I would have left Arsenal alone against any other side with any other fixture other than Aston Villa at home the following week when they've just killed me in the way they did. And I'm going to throw a bit of faith into them keeping the ball and basically just getting the job done. I just thought 275 was just too big. So I've gone Arsenal to win to nil at 2.75.
Varno, I believe this is aimed at your bet selection, says suicide.
Like Arsenal's defending last week. I can't. But the thing is, everything points to them gifting Aston Villa chances. But if you have a look at the way that Arsenal play when they're at home, they do play with a higher line. They do squeeze. They do everything at home that they should be doing when they're away, and they do control the game a lot better. I think that. I just believe that they're going to play with a different philosophy and they'll have different personnel. And I think the 275 is so much value for a side that are 1.45 just to win. I know.
You know this is a group record as well. You know, we're trying to build up our...
I know. But I'm trying to give the value. And I do believe that there's such a gulf in these two sides.
All right, there we go. Remember, it's your choice what bets you decide to play of the ones suggested by both Martin and Flash. You don't have to take every bet that they suggest. It does go to their record. And obviously, look, hopefully Flash is the last man standing. If not, it's going to be me over the weekend saying, I told you so. But
really?
anyway,
what's that from where you're going? Where you're going on holiday, leaving
Miami.
me at
I'll find a way.
Going to Miami.
I'll find a way. I'll find a way to call you. All right, final fixture, the key fixture, Chelsea versus Liverpool. Chelsea 3.55, Liverpool 2. Now, you have been ranting over this bet, but just before you tell us what your bet is, I've been saving this comment. Don07 says, it's time to fade Liverpool this week after a disappointing show at Napoli. Chelsea, DC, easy.
Thanks, Don. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, get back in your box. Liverpool to win at 2. Liverpool minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at 3.6. Men, boys, lesson to be taught. Let's go with Chelsea. Chelsea, I've done an article here on SBR. The young guns, obviously Mason Mount's injured, but they're young guns. They've taken like ducks to water in the Premier League, but they still not controlled a game for me. They were 2-0 up against Sheffield United, drew 2-2. They let in 2 away at Norwich. They let 2 in away at Wolves. Yes, they've scored goals in all them games, but they're talking about the champions of Europe who have got there on the back of going all over Europe and coming away victoriously. I just don't see Tammy Abraham and co troubling Van Dijk and co. And then that defence that's let goals in against Norwich, against Wolves and against Sheffield United, Salah, Firmino, Mane, they will not see what direction they go. My banker at 3.6, 2 units, and if I could have 3, I'd have 3.
And you've been talking about this bet like
I couldn't believe it. Monday.
He came in like something happened with a family member. He's like, "Have you seen the odds? Liverpool at 2. Is there something wrong?" Went running around the office like at 2, like There we go. You've been dying to say this.
But I'm going with 3.6 and 2.
Yeah.
Where were you? Where were you when the bookmakers put even money on Liverpool to win this game? It's like the JFK shooting or something.
It is. It was like that. I couldn't believe it. Honest to God. We've had a few on the lower league show recently when they've been like 2.6, and I've had to keep looking and see if I've got my sausage fingers out. And I've pressed the wrong button and it's come up at 2.6. But this at 2, Martin, just sing my song.
I'm singing the exact same song as you there, Flash. Even money, 2.0 on a Liverpool win looks like a fantastic set of odds. Yeah, let's not forget this Chelsea team conceded 4 against Man United, 2 against Wolves, 2 against Sheffield United, 2 against Norwich and 1 against Leicester. They've leaked 11 goals in 5 games so far. And they play with a 3 at the back a lot of the time. Emerson's been injured. So that's going to let Mane and Salah down the channels. Alexander-Arnold and Robertson are going to be bombing down the flanks as well. I think the only one area of the park that Chelsea can stand up to Liverpool is perhaps in midfield. But I think Liverpool much stronger defensively, much stronger going forwards. They've got the pace to cause Chelsea a lot of problems. And I'm not going to complicate it. I'm just going for a Liverpool win. 2.0 looks like a great set of odds.
Yeah, Liverpool win. Somebody wrote here, Chelsea are going to burn. 100% agree with Ash. Liverpool to win. Chelsea are going to
There's just a massive gulf. This gulf is, I think, just as big in this spot as Liverpool at home to Arsenal 3 weeks ago when I did that article, and it was like Liverpool -1. And it's even more in this case because Chelsea are at home, so they've got to come out. And if they're going to come out, what are them fullbacks going to do? They're not going to be able to come out because they're going to have to leave the back door wide open. And if you're going to leave the back door wide open, you don't leave it open to Mane and Salah. That's just like mice and cheese. That's like you going to bed early and leaving steak on the side. I'm eating it.
In fact, you did eat the steak yesterday,
I know, I
didn't
did,
you?
yeah.
Is that why you thought of that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I felt I was a bad boy, but I enjoyed it.
He did. All right. I think oh, and very quickly, actually, just reminded me, because you had an NFL
No,
play.
I didn't eat it. Oh,
No,
sorry.
that NFL play that you said in the beginning of the week, and that was the other one you went running around the office.
Rams.
And what the
In the late game on Sunday night.
Late game on Sunday night.
Yeah.
It's nice as well. If you guys are into NFL betting as well, Flash is joining Jimmy the Bag on his late night show to discuss NFL plays. Is that correct?
Yes, it is. It'll be
Yes.
4 o'clock Costa Rican, 6 o'clock Eastern. So that'll be 11 o'clock around UK and Europe.
Yes, and that's over on Sportsbook Review YouTube channel. And on Monday night, we are doing our first NFL Monday Night Football game live in-play betting show, which will also be featuring our Flash here.
Bears and Redskins.
He is also an NFL bettor. So, okay, without further ado, we'll run through all of our bets that we're going through. Obviously, Flash, it will take about 30 seconds with the few that he's
I'm
playing.
here to win. I'm here to win.
We need, you're right.
Martin's
You need to be
give me a
in
pep
it
talk.
to win it.
Well, yeah.
You know. And yes, and then 2 units on a banker, and if they have a 2-team parlay, Martin and Flash will give them that. So, all right, Martin, please start off.
I'm going to go with Tottenham draw no bet at 1.8 against Leicester. Both teams to score in the Burnley versus Norwich game, 1.63. Everton and over 1.5 goals at 2.1 when they take on Sheffield United. Arsenal and over 2.5 at 1.83. And also the Alex Classic in that game. Both teams to score in over 2.5 goals at 1.91. And Liverpool, even money to go to Stamford Bridge and take all 3 points.
Never. Okay, Southampton at home, 2.05. Leicester, Tottenham, both teams to score, but no draw, 2.5. You like that, didn't you? Man City to win and over 3.5 at 1.8. West Ham and Man United under 2.5 goals total at 2.25. Arsenal to win to nil, 2.75. Liverpool at 2 and Liverpool minus 1.5 Asian handicap at 3.6. Liverpool minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap at 3.6 is my banker. I can see 2 goals, no problem at all here. And the more Chelsea think that they can win, it might grow and be 3 or 4. And my parlay is Liverpool to win at evens and Leicester and Tottenham, both teams to score no draw at 2.5.
Ooh. Did you say your parlay and banker, Martin?
I did not.
I thought so.
What would I go?
Yeah, he's too stingy, isn't he? He don't want to put them 2 units up.
Says
Oh, no.
Mr. 7 units of profit here. He
I'd do
probably wanted to
I'd do
hear
2
yours
units on
first.
Liverpool as well. I think Liverpool can go to Chelsea and pick up a win. And for a double, I will go with Tottenham draw no bet and Everton.
There you go. There you go. Week 6 in the bag. All matches previewed. Best of luck with your bets. Please bet responsibly. That's the message we like to give, and have fun with it. All right, wonderful stuff. Martin Green, thank you very much. To my wonderful co-host here, Flash, thank you. To everybody watching, best of luck, and we'll see you again this time next week.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers, Mark.